Corey Bliss, the executive director of the Congressional Leadership Fund, which is the kind of Republican arm of the members of Congress, has issued a warning to Republicans in the last week, saying that if you are not scared about this year's midterm elections, then you need to start being scared. And if you haven't started your campaign and you haven't started your fundraising, you need to start that today. See, Corey Bliss, understands something that a lot of Republicans in Congress don't. And this is what he said in an interview with Politico this week. Republicans think that just because they've never lost an election in their district or their state or whatever it is, that they're perfectly safe and they have nothing to worry about. And Corey Bliss is trying to explain to them that, yeah, you do. In case you haven't noticed, a lot of the country hates the Republican Party right now. But these Republicans would rather rest on their laurels and think that they have nothing to worry about, when in fact, even people who were once considered as safe as somebody like Ted Cruz, they're now facing very serious challengers in this year's midterm elections. Republicans in special elections in deep red states are losing. Some of the time it's because the Republicans put up a pedophile against the Democrats, so it's understandable. But other times, it's just sheer, I don't like Republicans right now, voters going to the polls. Corey Bliss understands that, and I think there are a few people in Congress that understand it. Most of them are the ones who have announced that they're retiring this year and they're not actually going to run for re-election. But the bottom line is that Corey Bliss is 100% right. Republicans do need to be scared. And they need to be scared not because they're going to lose, but because they don't understand why they're going to lose. They're going to lose because, one, their policies are hugely unpopular. Their GOP tax scam has been proven to be exactly that. These people know that they're not getting raises. They don't buy it when Paul Ryan tweets that out 800 times a day. They can look at their paychecks and see they're not getting raises. They can look at the stories where corporations admit that they're not going to give their employees raises. So that's busted. And on top of the fact that they don't like their policies, they don't like Donald Trump. They don't like the way he treats people. They certainly don't like the way he treats women. And they don't like the way that he acts as a human being. They don't believe he's a good role model for their children. 70% of American voters do not think Donald Trump is a positive role model for their children. And that's going to cost Republicans because they won't stand up to him. They won't do anything to change their horrible policies because that's the only way they can get money from these massive corporations to fund their campaigns. But at the same time, they won't do the one thing that could possibly save them, and that is stand up to Donald Trump, tell him no more, and protect Robert Mueller from being fired by Trump. They won't do any of that. And so they're going to pay for it with their jobs this coming November, assuming the Democrats don't sabotage themselves by doing stupid things like voting for that recent banking deregulation bill. If they can stay away from doing too many stupid things like that, the Democrats have this in the bag. But it's all on them. The public has turned on the Republican Party. And if the Democrats want to win, they've got to talk issues, and they've got to not be seen as just another form of Republican. Thanks for watching, and if you like what you see here on Ring of Fire, we encourage you to subscribe to our channel. You can see the little subscribe button down there, but if you're watching it on another device where you can't see it, go to youtube.com/TheRingOfFire, hit subscribe, be notified every time we get a new video.